don't know if he's not the better player.
Here's my take on that specifically. So I think when people watch James, they still think he's Houston Rockets James, and he hasn't had to carry that level of offensive load in his last, well, now 3 stops. It's like he's basically been a full-time point guard. Well, 4 stops actually. He's basically been a full-time point guard in Philly, Brooklyn, the Clippers, and now in Cleveland. Like he doesn't have to carry that level of offensive loading. And when you start looking forward and into the playoffs, where James is, by his standards, an underperformer in the playoffs, and again, like not necessarily that he plays terribly in the playoffs, but by his standards and compared to what he does in the regular season, he under.
Well, and he's had multiple times where everybody's watching.
Yeah, and he just didn't come through. You know what I'm saying? And in those moments,
or he's had rather embarrassing games. Like,
yeah, and those moments are at the forefront of your mind when you think about him in the playoffs, right? Like, it's especially because he's never won. So all you have are these embarrassing moments in the postseason that you could think about. But he's playing with Donovan Mitchell, who basically his entire career has been a playoff riser, quote unquote, where he's had just incredible performances in playoff games. And like we've seen him in Cleveland get 40 and 50 a bunch of times in the playoffs. And I think having that guy next to James is gonna pay a lot of dividends in the postseason.
When there's a plan with the Nets right before the whole pandemic thing kind of destroyed that.
Yeah, because they had not only did they have KD, they also had Kyrie, who's also a guy who famously has come through in big moments in playoffs. So that covers the one real criticism of James, which is like he just don't, like when you need somebody to come through in a moment in the playoffs, he just don't. Like he just
it's crazy that like his first 2 games have been just 2 fourth quarter comebacks where he is incredible in the final 4 minutes.
It's literally just in the playoffs, and more specifically, elimination games.
The last game of the season.
Like do or die situations, he don't got it. For whatever he don't got it. Every other time, any other situation but that, he could kill you. Like he literally he brought them back in that fourth quarter. He did it twice. He did it against the Kings too.
Yeah. So I was talking with Tony P about this, and I think this is like the second act that James has been waiting for since he's left Houston. He left Houston. He went to that situation out there in Brooklyn. I think it's pretty clear he got tired of Kyrie for whatever reason. Like that wasn't he felt like he was the only one trying to play basketball. Like he was, I think that was the most justifiable like James Harden exit in his career. Yeah, James, I get it. You were tired of the shit. So he goes from there to what? Philadelphia, which always felt like kind of an awkward fit. And then from Philly, he goes to the Clippers. Kawhi's never healthy, so that team never reaches the potential it needs to. And Kawhi just like he's not Kawhi anymore in the way that he needs to for that core to work. And then you go to Cleveland, and it's like if you look at a team that's built around what James Harden does, this is probably as good as it's gotten for him since Houston.
I would agree.
And I think James probably recognizes that more than anybody. It's also fascinating because James Harden, it's kind of like with Kevin Durant and the Rockets, where this is the first time James Harden isn't going to a team filled with his peers. You know, he's going to a team filled with people who only know a world where James Harden is a superstar basketball player
and not like coming off the bench.
That's crazy. Yeah. There's a 13-year-old watching the NBA right now that we got to explain 6-man James Harden.
Like, hey, you know that Thabo Cephalosha used to start over him?
I remember when Victor Oladipo got comped to him. You remember that?
Jesus.
Yeah, like Victor Oladipo. I think it was Dickie Vitale or Dickie V, whatever his name is. No disrespect, but he was like, yeah, I watch him and I just see James Harden. I'm like, what? This is when James was still a 6-man.
Remember when they traded him?
People thought they gave up too much.
It was like, oh, they traded, and then James just took off.
Yeah, it was crazy. Look, when that team got to the finals and that Oklahoma, nobody knew what they in any of those guys. Nobody.
3 MVPs on the same team.
Yeah, it's funny too because all 3 of those guys, Cole, have had big question marks about their ability to win a championship in their career, especially individually. Like even Kevin Durant still has that question about him because he got his rings in probably the least honorable way. Like so.
Probably.
It's fascinating to think if they just keep that team together. Do we have completely different conversations about Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant and James Harden than we do today.
You know what's so funny about it is because in 2016 they should have beaten the Warriors, and James was gone, and they still should have beaten the Warriors that year, and they let them come back from. I wonder how different things are if the Warriors don't come back from down 3-1 in that series.
Yeah, the Rockets almost they came real close to beating the KD Warriors.
Yeah, I genuinely wonder if the Thunder would have won that series, how much it changes everything that followed.
We're living in a world where Thabo Cephalosha's getting the same respect that Draymond's.
I genuinely wonder. I think if they win that series, KD can't justify going to the Warriors.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? And then who knows how that changes everything in Cleveland? You know what I'm saying? Going forward, because I say this all the time. The 2017 Cleveland Cavaliers are the best team to never win a championship.
Oh yeah, the second year,
yeah. They are by far the best team to never win a title. To me,
they are the best team to get eliminated in 5 games.
that team
get watched in a non-competitive series.
That team was so much better than the team that actually won.
Because that was when Kyle Korver was on that team at that point. Was Kyle Korver on the championship team? No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, Kyle Korver was on that team at that point. Yeah, it was crazy.
They were insane, but the Warriors just had KD. It just didn't matter.
Yeah, I remember that was a very hopeless feeling watching.
Probably the best Cleveland Cavaliers team of our lifetime, and it just
I remember thinking all kind of bullshit before that series too. I'm like, KD's still going to choke in the playoffs. He made a dagger 3, and I was like, ooh, it's over, buddy. At the game 1, I was like, we ain't winning shit. Well, we got the 1.
And the 1 game they did win, I feel like they did miss a 3 all game.
That was great. Yeah, so I'm at the point now to where I'm like, we all have our concerns about where this James Harden story can end, right? It is what it is. These are valid concerns to have, right? James Harden and Donovan Mitchell do not have playoff histories that make you confident. It is what it is. But it would be cool if they overcame it together.
I'm telling you, bro, the Cavs winning, James Harden winning a title in Cleveland, of all places.
Imagine telling yourself that 10 years ago.
That would be the most hilarious story in sports.
Is James Harden getting over the hump in Cleveland?
In Cleveland.
This could be his dark ring.
This is there's one thing about there's winning, but winning in certain places matters just a little bit more.
Imagine telling yourself the first guy to win a championship in Cleveland, not named LeBron James, is James Harden.
Still James.
Yeah.
Still James.
Needed James to get it done.
Needed James to get it done.
By the way, Adidas is about to go crazy. Okay.
Oh, in Cleveland? If they win? Oh yeah.
No, I'm just leading up to the play. They're gonna release a Spider, Evan Mobley, James Harden collab colorway of a shoe or some shit. This is a rare opportunity. You got a big 3. All of your athletes are signature shoe line athletes.
Yeah. Adidas athletes too.
Yes.
Has that happened? What's the last time
it's happened? I don't even think it's happened with Nike. Maybe the big Kyrie and LeBron were both Nike contract guys, but I don't think Kevin Love was. And then in Miami, didn't Dwayne Wade have that Chinese shoe company?
No, he was still Jordan, I believe, at the time, which is still Nike.
I thought he was the Way of Wade.
No, he was still under Jordan brand.
He was still under Jordan, and then LeBron's Nike. Well, LeBron is Bron, and then
I don't know what Chris Bosh was.
Chris Bosh had no shoe.
Chris
Bosh had a shoe contract, but not a signature line.
Somebody said the Bulls 96, 98, probably.
Yeah, but that's before that stuff started.
3 signature Adidas athletes. I just remember that Evan was Adidas today too. I was like, oh
yeah, he wears the Hardens.
Yeah,
the Harden 4s.
That's crazy.
He's gonna be catching lobs from Harden and Harden.
That's another part of this that we didn't even talk about. Evan's not even healthy yet, bro. When he gets back, it's gonna get crazy.
Yeah, man. But just watching Jarrett Allen in this offense with him, I'm like, oh, this is what Chuck was talking about.
Hey, I remember y'all in the group chat just arguing about this.
Hey, Chuck will go 12 rounds with you. That's what I appreciate. Oh yeah,
in the argument, he was like, "Oh, you want to argue? Let's argue."
Chuck will go 12 with you.
We can have a whole debate.